So why do you go outside? Because in every walk with nature, one receives far more than he seeks. At least this is what famous outdoor enthusiast John Muir might say. But the average person's answer is something more like this.
I like how you can get away from the real world problems that you have like at school or work, whatever, and you can just get the great outdoors and kind of have a view or whatever that's bigger than you, so it helps you forget or remember that all those little stresses in life are little and they don't really matter in the long run.
I love nature. I love everything about it. I love to witness animals and the changing of seasons and the sound of wind through pine trees. I love to watch the clouds go over the mountains. I love to see sunsets and sunrises. And there's one thing I don't enjoy about nature. So I feel very fortunate to live in an area. Literally, I can go to national parks anytime I please. Living in California, we have so many opportunities from Yosemite to Lassen. We live in a beautiful place, and I take every opportunity I can to go take advantage of that fact. I love to be on the trail, and usually I go for the antidote of the normal pressures of life, stresses, and being off into nature. One of our national parks allows freedom to get away from those things. But recently I've actually enjoyed not solitude, but the interactions with other hikers and people enjoying the parks themselves. I've found that you meet some of the world's most wonderful people on the trail.
So why do you go outside?
I go outside because it consumes my thoughts completely. I have a mind that's always running and thinking about what else I could be working on and what else I should be doing. And when I go out in nature or get lost in the backcountry, it's all I can think about is the only thing on my mind is hiking to my next destination or climbing to the next peak or starting a fire for dinner that night. There's no other thoughts. It's just you and nature.
What is one of your favorite memories in a national park?
So a lot of national parks are very impacted with people, but they're very pretty and they're impacted for a good reason. But there's a part of Zion, in the back of Zion National Park, called Kolob Canyons, and it's just as pretty as the main areas of Zion National Park, but the zero people there. And over spring break we went there and went to go climb a very famous wall called the Namaste Wall, and we hiked for probably 45 minutes in a pink sand canyon with pine trees and snow and orange sandstone buttresses on either side that were thousands of feet tall. And were this in the main area of Zion, there would have been a concrete path up the middle with 1,000 tourists on it. But because it was in the backcountry and no one really knew where it was, there was no people. We saw zero people for the entire hike, and when we got there, there was a couple of other people climbing. And we spent the entire day climbing, and it was fantastic. And it was very nice because you kind of didn't really think about school or, work or, oh, I need to get an internship. You were just thinking, man, this is pretty. I want to go climbing.
Well, what does nature mean to me? For me, going into nature is like stepping into where I belong. It is almost a spiritual experience that leaves me feeling more whole and one with the world than anything else possibly could. I love the humbled feeling only achievable by walking through an ancient forest that has been unaffected by human troubles, or sleeping on the side of a mountain with a sky full of stars above you. For me, a trip to a national park means bonding with those that you love, relief from the daily hustle, self-growth through the humbling beauty, and peace with the world that I live in. Standing at the edge of a cliff amongst the clouds, all the seemingly huge issues in my life disappear, and I am left only with the feeling of gratitude. I am grateful of the fact that there are so many national parks in America that we are able to enjoy. Without them, Haley, Kelly, Luke, Forrest, myself, or anyone really wouldn't have been able to have these wonderful experiences in nature that we value so greatly. This is why it is so important that we preserve the natural lands that we do have left. We need to take care of the beauty that has given us so much.